Card, please.
Palm trees, sandy beaches and pristine blue waters just moments from the courts, the Miami Open was a stop on the tennis tour players relished returning to, a postcard tennis tournament. The vision of brothers Butch and Cliff Buchholz in the mid-1980s was to create the fifth slam. Following two installments, in Delray Beach in 1985 and Boca Raton in 1986, they settled on the picturesque plot of Key Biscayne, a beautiful barrier island south of Miami Beach. The popularity and importance of the spring tournament incrementally rose throughout its stay at Crandon Park from 1987 to 2018. A persistent problem, though, was how to evolve the site to remain ahead of the competition. A key figure in the story is local resident Bruce Matheson. His family had donated 800 acres of parkland to the Miami-Dade County in the 1940s. In exchange, the county founded the only bridge that would link Key Biscayne to mainland Miami. With the building of the bridge, the land became valuable. Significantly, the Matheson family would maintain control over how the county used the land. In 1993, a year before the Miami Open's 10th edition, the Mathesons sued the county over the construction of the $20 million main stadium at the Crandon Park Tennis Center. The outcome of the litigation saw a settlement prohibiting any new structures from being built, but it did little to dampen the tournament's determination to grow and expand. In 2010, visitors surpassed the 300,000 mark at the 12-day event for the first time. Approximately a fifth of the spectators now came from outside the United States in a genuinely global fortnight of tennis. In 2013, the International Player Championship Incorporated, which had run the tournament for 25 years, unveiled, alongside new owners IMG, a $50 million proposal to revamp the site and ensure the event's longevity. The proposed renovations would significantly bolster the main stadium's footprint, including the development of 3 new permanent grandstands. An initial stumbling block was locals objecting to the renovation work eliminating their 6 clay and 2 grass courts. A contingent of club players even protested at County Hall. In November 2013, the proposed renovations won the support of 73% of residents in a county-wide vote, with the Miami-Dade County Commissioners approving the result, flagging the benefit to the broader community. But changes to Crandon Park would still need the permission of the Master Plan Amendment Committee. 4 people held power, one being Bruce Matheson. Remarkably, the legal tug-of-war continued until 2015, when the court ruled in the Matheson family's favor, preventing the aging complex's upgrades. Dismayed by the lack of progress, IMG Tennis Executive Vice President Adam Barrett said, "I don't believe without these changes that the events will be sustainable in Miami." He added that the Open would have to pull out of Miami before its current lease with the county expires in 2023, stating, "That's not a threat, it's just a fact." With the ongoing uncertainty, fans and players feared the event could move to the Far East, the Middle East or South America. It was at this point that the players spoke up. Serena Williams, represented by Miami Open owner IMG, wrote an open letter published in the New York Times in 2016, entitled "Why Tennis Needs the Miami Open." The impassioned letter highlighted the event's impact on her family and pointed to the Miami Open's track record of acting as a career launchpad, giving wild cards to promising players such as Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras and Monica Seles. 8 times champion Serena also heralded the Miami Open for pioneering gender equality. Before 1985, the only combined men's and women's events were the 4 Grand Slams, she wrote. In its inaugural year, the Miami Open broke that convention and featured both men and women. Perhaps even more significantly, the Miami Open paid equal prize money to men and women during the first staging of the event in 1985. Leaving Miami would be a blow to our sport, to the city of Miami, and to me. In 2017, Stephen Ross, owner of the Miami Dolphins, proposed the NFL franchise's stadium as the new host for the tournament. His hopes were boosted by support from Serena, who owns a small share in the Dolphins herself. However, with only 2 years to turn the football stadium into a state-of-the-art tennis center, she and many others had concerns. Ross set to work, proposing the centre court would be a temporary structure with a 14,000 capacity housed inside the cavernous 65,000-seater Dolphins Stadium. $60 million was spent on the upgrade, which at completion had created a 30-court tennis complex right next to the Hard Rock Stadium. The new location also allowed for double the amount of practice courts than at Crandon Park, 18 in total. The plans had the fans' and players' interests at heart. Stephen Ross is helping to progress the sport. A lot of the top players have been kept in the loop, said former world number 4 James Blake, the Miami Open's tournament director. They need to be happy, and we need to make sure we don't miss anything: the courts, facilities, the food, the locker rooms. The tournament created a festival vibe where fans could sample regional food trucks adjacent to the practice courts, take to the dance floor at a pop-up rooftop club, or absorb themselves in the culture at a South Florida-inspired street art gallery. The open practice courts allowed fans to get closer to their idols. Wide-open walkways made getting between courts easy for fans and players alike, as players whizzed up and down the promenades on golf carts. More courts and more space meant more attractive sponsorship opportunities as the fans came in their droves. According to IBM, ticket sales were up by 25% in 2019. The top 8 seeds all received a private suite overlooking the centre court. The huge Hard Rock Stadium boasted a vast player lounge, and ample catering was always on hand. The players had access to the Dolphins' state-of-the-art gym facilities and could stretch out on the large AstroTurf area surrounding the centre court. The players were impressed. "We don't have new arenas and setups coming every day," said Roger Federer, who first played at Key Biscayne as a junior in 1998. "Innovation is not our forte in this sport. Standing here at this stadium is amazing. You really see the magnitude. I really think this is a massive moment in our sport." World number 1 Novak Djokovic added, "They've done a really good job. They have taken, I think, a very bold step forward in the right direction." Despite the praise for the event's new surroundings, sentimental attachment to Key Biscayne will forever remain. "Key Biscayne was lovely, but we simply outgrew it. What we've got now is supernatural," said IMG co-president Mark Shapiro. "Forget becoming the 5th major, we're the new US Open." It's a bold statement, but it was a bold move.